my first gaming experience was Sonic the Hedgehog 1, and I used to go to my friend Ollie's house and play Sonic 1 every day after school. And his mum and my mum were very good friends. They went to school together.
Oh, right.
So it wasn't unusual for me to sort of pop round, and Ollie wasn't there, and Jane, his mum, would let me in, and I'd go and play Sonic, and it's burnt into my mind as like one of the most scary moments in all of existence for me was playing Sonic 1 and then panicking that I'd broken the Mega Drive.
Oh, right, okay.
And so I ran down to Jane. I must have been like 4 or 5 years old. I ran down to Jane and I was like, "Oh, Jane, I'm really sorry. I've broken your Mega Drive." And she came upstairs and plugged the controller back in. And
oh, that's fabulous.
Where I'd been playing Sonic, I'd kind of
really angry. Yeah.
Well, no, I'd moved, I jumped,
Oh,
I
right.
jumped, and I bounced the controller at the same time, and I'd managed to like whip the controller lead out, but I'd completely panicked, worrying that I'd broken this Mega Drive. It was like I'm 4 or 5, and my best friend wasn't there, and so yeah, it was just a bit of a terrifying time. But yeah, ever since that point, it was like I love Sonic the Hedgehog, as you can tell. I've got Sonic in the background, and yeah, like nowadays, being able to write about Sonic for work is just like dream come true stuff. Even though writing guides is difficult and takes a lot of time, and I think people go, "Oh, you play games for work." It's like, yeah, that's the that is the case, but also no one has created a guide yet for things that you're going to get stuck on. So when you're
the trailblazer,
when you're banging your head against the wall, against the boss who's beaten you repeatedly for like 2 hours, you just have to keep going, because you have to complete that guide. So it's like, it is fun, but it also has, it's still hard work.
Yeah, and I just did a video on Final Fantasy VIII, which is like, I wouldn't say that's my favorite game. It's probably the most impactful game in my life. It's the most important game in my life, I guess. And I'd written it and I talked about various parts of the game. I thought, well, I need some B-roll to show the footage, and I'm like, oh god, I've got to play through the whole game now. And I didn't want to show the remaster. I wanted to show the original. So I got my memory card out from here we go. So let's just for viewers. There's my memory card, my Wild Things memory card from the 90s.
That's more than 15 blocks, right?
I think that because it was a Final Fantasy game, because all that's on there is every Final Fantasy game, and they were massive.
Yeah.
And like I had save files for most of the game, but I had to play like 5 or 6 hours of it, and like I enjoyed it, but at the same time, like I'm trying to create like a video, and it slows you down. It takes a lot longer. People don't really realize, unless they start like doing it, how long it takes to do some of this stuff.
Or just getting capture. Like I needed a screenshot the other day, and it was like half an hour of, and this is something I'm sure we'll probably talk about, of like some of the creative difficulties, but like things like Google updates, where it's like you have to have your own screenshots and not stock images and things like that. It's like, I need to create this image, so I need to play it, and it's like I said, it could take half an hour, it could take you a day to reach that point, it could take you several hours to get something from Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, it definitely did. I mean, it's one of those things as well, isn't it, where like I've noticed this, I'm really into, I wouldn't say I'm a filmmaker, but I'm really into that aspect of creative stuff. And like more often than not, like, I used to watch like behind the scenes, well, I still do, but the behind the scenes, like how you do stunts in films and stuff like that. And there's a big Stargate Atlantis fan, and there's an episode right at the end of the series where this guy jumps off a roof in Vegas and lands on a big crash. It's a big stunt, and it's a massive crash mat, and there's like this half-an-hour documentary on it, and you watch the episode, and it's like 2 seconds.
I mean, it's very important when you're choosing an airbag for a high fall. You have to know how high the high fall is, because airbags are constructed specifically for certain heights. Also, I had to know what the width of the alley was that we were working in to place the airbag, because the airbag may not have fit in the alley, and it may not have been a deep enough alley to jump off the roof.
Yeah,
but it's like it's like the amount of effort put into like 2 or 3 frames of footage, but that's people don't see this. Oh, you made half an hour of it. It must have taken you half an hour to do. No,
but it sells the experience. It sells the entertain. If they didn't do that, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't flow, or it wouldn't.
No, exactly.
Please subscribe to Two Random Words.